Welcome back to the foundry. Thought we'd do something a little different today. Let's go check out some old iron. Who doesn't like old iron, right? So a buddy of mine just bought an antique Trackhoe, possibly among the first fully hydraulic excavators that were made. So I thought it'd be pretty cool if we would load up, take a little road trip, and go check this thing out. You getting that on the ground? I thought Philip said we were taking the D-Max.
Well, I gotta take a trailer because he got a bunch of other crap he wants to get.
Oh. Is he already in there?
Yeah.
That's a Hy-Hoe. All right, what are we looking at here?
Late 60s Hy-Hoe backhoe 685B.
685B?
Yeah. Weighs 36,000 pounds.
Not louder. It's in pretty decent shape for its age.
All the pins and bushings are tight, just needs a track job. You can see one of the tracks are busted there, and the previous owner has them wired up with some cable.
Yeah, some cable tied around it. Where's the adjuster? On the inside?
Up there. You can see
through that little.
It's not a hydraulic adjuster, it's threaded adjuster.
Yeah, it's like a spanner nut or a nut up in there. Hy-Hoe, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Detroit. You said that's a 453?
I think that's what he said.
Bunch of pedals, my goodness. Man, so that's not like a roll bar or anything. This side over here doesn't look too bad. There's the kill switch. Alright, so what has he got going on here?
So this is just an improvised repair to get it to where
Hold
it's
it
at
together.
now. So the pin's solid through the side that has 3 lugs. The side with 2 lugs is where the pins rotate. You can see here the end of that pin, or the foot, has worn off and it's gone. That's what these cables are doing, just holding it together. The rest of them have significant wear, and this is cast steel, so it's something we can weld. So a fix is to cut these off. We'll build a jig at the machine shop, remake these lugs, build a jig, V them out real good, and weld new lugs on the side of that feet.
Yeah.
Repair it, so we're good to go.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, Philip here owns a machine shop that is fully equipped.
And a hydraulic shop now also.
And a hydraulic shop. So this is right up your alley.
It is that.
It's pretty cool. Considering, what'd you say it was, a 60-something?
68 to 70, I'm not sure yet.
And it was their first hydraulic hoe?
The year model before this was all cables.
Was cable. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. And there's something back here I haven't seen before, and that is these brake drums. There's, the lighting under here is not good, but that's a brake drum, just like an automotive brake drum. There's shoes in that. There's one on each side. Now, are those steering brakes or
those are the locking brakes?
Stopping brakes.
Yes.
Okay. And they're not hooked up, he said?
No, it's the runaway brakes. The hydraulics will stop it.
Oh, okay.
If you park on a hill, you can lock those to make sure it doesn't run away.
I see. So it's like a parking brake.
Correct.
All right. And boy,
no transmission, 3 hydraulic pumps, so everything should be fairly easy to work on.
Yeah.
And there's not an emissions or computer.
And there's no DEF fluid to go in it. Well, that's a plus. It's pretty neat.
You can see where
there's been
previous
some
owners
repairs.
done some little on-the-go repair here. Just laid a bunch of weld over that pin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's getting thin. That's a an old track design. The way, you know, is there even a chain? So the pads are the chain. Instead of having a track chain with a pad bolted to it, the pads and chain are one piece. So when they wear out, they're just wore out.
Right. You can see here where this one's on its way out. It's already got a crack formed because it's so thin. The pressure is wearing on.
Yeah. So that's a lot of work. There's a lot of pads here.
There's that.
The bucket doesn't look too bad.
Nope. They say the pins are fairly tight for being as old as this tractor is.
And he said he put hoses on it fairly recently?
Last year.
Oh, good.
Every hose on it's new except for the main hoses out of the return, or the suction for the pumps.
Have you operated it much?
That was the first time I operated a few minutes ago.
Oh heck. It looks a little strange up here. You got 4 pedals.
It's much different than newer equipment. Newer equipment, your feet do all the driving and your hands do all the moving, but the 2 arm handles are only front and back. You don't have left and right. So what you typically have left and right on your typical joysticks on a newer tractor are your center
2 pedals.
Center 2 pedals, right. So your mind has to function a little faster.
Yeah. Well, I hope I can be here when you load it. That's going to be the trick. So today we're not actually loading it and hauling it. We're just we just came to bring this gentleman. He's buying it from some
diesel fluid and some hydraulic oil. It was about 100 yards into the woods where it was at, and we had him walk it out so it's on the edge of the pavement for whenever we do get the trailer over here to load it.
Yeah, and we're trying to scope out a place for the detached trailer that can, a road in here that it can clear, because there's railroad tracks coming in from 2 different ways, and the owner's saying there's another way we can go down a back road where he won't encounter railroad tracks. But yeah, pretty cool.
Your sheet metal says GM diesel on it.
Yeah, I can make new decals for that, by the way.
Why would you make Hy-Hoe decals? Hey, oh, that's the cheap one. That's like, look at that roll cage in the back of that truck.
I thought those were bats. Would you say they are Martins? Those purple Martins.